In this video, we're going to look at independent and dependent probability. In the first example, we're going to toss a coin once and we're going to spin the spinner once. There are two possible outcomes for the coin, and there are three possible outcomes for the spinner. And if I multiply 2 times 3, that would be 6 total outcomes for this set of events. Now, because the coin has a fixed number of outcomes that never changes, and the spinner also has a fixed number of outcomes that never changes, these are going to be independent events. We are going to look for the probability that we get a tail on the coin and a C on the spinner. So the simple probability of the tail times the simple probability of getting a C on the spinner would be 1/2, 1 out of 2 outcomes would be a tail, and for the C is 1 out of a possible 3 outcomes. When we multiply the two probabilities together, 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 6. So the probability of getting a tail and a C on that spinner is 1/6. Okay, let's look at another probability problem. This one is the probability of pulling 2 brown socks from the drawer. So in a drawer, we have 4 brown socks and 3 green socks for a total of 7 socks. And the way this probability problem works is we randomly select a sock from the drawer, and we want to know what's the probability of first pulling a brown sock out of the drawer, then reaching back in and pulling a second brown sock from the drawer. This probability is called dependent probability. That's because the number of outcomes from the first selection changed when we went to do the second selection. So let's see if I can get the socks back in the drawer, and then we will calculate the probabilities. So I want to know what the simple probability of pulling a brown sock from the drawer first would be, and then pulling a brown sock from the drawer after the first one was pulled. And dependent probability and independent probability is based upon the positive outcomes or the likely outcomes, the favorable outcomes we were looking for. So what would be the probability of first pulling a sock out of a drawer that contains these 7 socks? Well, 4 of those socks currently are brown, and there are 7 total socks in the drawer. That's the first probability. And now, if we took that brown sock out of the drawer and left it out of the drawer, our next probability is going to be based on what remains in the drawer. This is where the dependency comes from. What happens here is dependent on what happened here. We achieved a favorable outcome here, and now the probabilities have changed here. What's left in the drawer are 3 brown socks out of a total of 6 socks. So it's 3 brown socks out of a total of 6 socks. So this is interesting because we've had to change both the numerator and the denominator of our second probability because we've already removed 1 brown sock. Now, just like with other probabilities, to find the total probability, we just solve the multiplication problem, multiply our numerators. 4 times 3 is 12, and we multiply our denominators. 7 times 6 is 42, and we can simplify that by dividing top and bottom by 6, so we would get 2/7. And that is the probability of pulling first a brown sock from the drawer and then successfully pulling a second brown sock from the drawer. Okay, we still have the same socks that are in the drawer, but we've changed the problem now. We're looking for the probability of pulling one brown sock and then one green sock. So we want one brown sock and then one green sock from the drawer. So we're going to find the probability of first pulling a brown sock, leaving the brown sock out of the drawer, and then going back and pulling out a green sock from what's remaining in the drawer. So we're going to do this time. So let's put our socks back in the drawer, and we're going to find the probability first of pulling a brown sock, and then we're going to multiply that by the simple probability of pulling a green sock. So the brown socks, there are 4 brown socks out of 7 socks in the drawer to start with. So it's 4 out of 7 are brown. And let's say that we were successful, and when we reached in the drawer we did pull out a brown sock. Now, what is the probability of drawing a green sock from what's left? Well, there are 3 green socks out of 6 socks. So we have 3 green socks out of 6 socks, and when we do the math out, we get 12 out of 42, and that will simplify to divide by 6, 2 out of 7. This is just coincidental that it is the same probability as in the previous problem because of the number of socks that I used and the colors that I used. But it is totally different. It is the probability of first pulling out a brown sock and then pulling out a green sock. In this example, I have a class of 9 students, and I'm going to look for the probability of picking Joe and Sam from this group of 9 students. This is a type of dependent probability because I'm going to choose Joe, or I'm going to try to choose Joe first, and then once Joe is selected, Joe is going to be removed from the group, and then I'm going to look at what it's going to take to pick Sam from the remaining group. So this is dependent because the number of outcomes on the second choice is going to decrease. So let's put Joe back in to the group, and we want to find what's the simple probability of first picking Joe, and then we're going to multiply it by the simple probability of then picking Sam. So the probability of picking Joe is just one person out of a total of 9, and once Joe is selected and he's removed from the choices, I now have, instead of 9 students, I now have 8 students. And the probability of me now picking Sam is 1 out of the remaining 8. So the probability of me picking both Joe and Sam is going to be 1/9 times 1/8, which is 1/72.